So we were talking about the influence of hip hop before. One thing I'm really interested in is like the influence of hip hop on the world, and specifically, I was thinking about the recent U.S. presidential election. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to the point where, like, you know, rappers are like getting in bed and endorsing politicians to like an extreme. You know what I mean? Like, you got, like, you know, Trump bringing out Lil Pump at a rally, like.
Lil Pimp.
Lil Pimp, yeah, he just called him.
Yeah.
Who, like, you know, was thinking about that?
It's fucking crazy. It's so what that breaks down and shows us on like a fucking democracy scale is like, you know what? It's a popularity fucking contest. It's not that we fucking like, you know, like, oh, we think this person is actually the best. But it's like, I'm gonna say a bunch of shit that someone might resonate with, but they're not quite sold until they see the fucking someone that is popular or has influence in like.
It's a cosign.
Yeah,
it's a cosign.
It's that cosign. So it's like Trump tried to roll out his fucking platinum plan, and fucking then you got Ice Cube jumping on, you got fucking Little Pimp jumping up, and like fucking you see the fucking thing, and then it's like in Trump's first fucking like his first campaign, he's like fucking talking about fucking getting money back to poor white people and fucking, you know, like getting them to sign off on it and being like, well, I'm gonna build us a wall. Keep those illegal Mexicans out and fucking poor like white people that feel like immigration is horrible because they're taking the jobs and shit like that, they're gonna fucking support that.
Of course.
They're gonna fucking support that. So then, in his second campaign, he's running the same...
He makes them fear for their livelihoods and shit, right?
Exactly. And you prey on people, and then he's like, all right, cool, now we're gonna fucking... All right, fuck, we're gonna lose this election. We can't just be racist again.
Yeah.
All right, fuck. Let's give some black people some shit. Let's give money to black people.
I like that he went for Lil Pump to get the black vote. I don't know why. That's the most Trump shit.
Well, no, but if you think
get the black vote with Lil Pump.
If you think about it, think about this. So Lil Pump's what, like 17, 18 now, 19?
He's probably at least 20 now.
I don't know. Who gives a fuck?
I don't know.
But my point is the people that still, if they still do listen to him, are probably in that voting age, new to voting, right? Right? So it's like, if he can say some shit and make half his fucking fan base go and vote for Trump,
yeah,
that's a win. That's a win for Trump because his goal was to get Trump's fucking Little Pump's fucking people on board for that. So it's like it's all fucked up. It's crazy.
Is fucked
It's just
up.
a popularity contest and it's that cosign.
Yeah. Well, on the other side, we had like Killer Mike was endorsing Bernie Sanders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, that was pretty cool.
Killer Mike is actually
Killer Mike is really
genius,
Killer Mike. Shout out to Killer Mike. Man, I saw Killer Mike. Killer Mike came to Halifax.
Didn't see that.
It was dope.
Didn't see that shit.
Shout out to Killer Mike. Shout out to Run the Jewels, LP. But also, like, Joe Biden got endorsed by Freeway and like a bunch of rappers, and it's just like crazy to see like how it's like. I think did Lil Wayne not endorse Trump?
Fucking wouldn't surprise me. He's an idiot.
But he's been sipping syrup since he was 12 years old.
He's an
idiot. So he gets a little bit of a pass.
He gets
a little bit of a
idiot.
pass.
Like, because Lil Wayne has done some lot of fucking shit that should have canceled him over the years, which hasn't, which is miraculous. Like, I remember, what was it, 2016? I think he was doing a fucking interview with some woman, and he was talking. She was like, "What do you think about the Black Lives Matter movement?" He's like,
He's like,
I've never experienced racism before. But what happened about like fucking 4 or 5 years before that when he fucking made a song about Bush, and it's like, like, are you that fucking high?
Yeah, you're like, from New Orleans.
Like, thank you. It's like, then you have like Bush didn't fucking come and do anything to help the relief and and then like racism. And it's like, I never experienced racism before. In a fucking interview, like it's like my mind. It's like, I'm like, all right, this guy, like, all right, canceled. Not canceled, but like, all right, we know you're not.
Also, Kanye went from like George Bush hates black people to endorsing Trump. And all it took was fucking marrying Kim K.
So I got a different story from this like Trump endorsement thing. It was like his agenda to help get people out of jail from endorsing that Trump thing, like meeting at the White House. Which I'm like, fuck, manipulate any.
Well,
fucking
that's what I was gonna
situation
say. Is somebody like Trump? I feel
because
like
I don't think Kanye West is an idiot. I don't.
No.
I think he's a fucking genius.
No.
There's times where he's not all there.
he does have mental
has-
health issues,
and he
like
does. And I think
serious
we have.
mental
I
health
think
issues.
we have to fucking respect that. And like, you can't just dismiss him for being like, oh, he's just fucking crazy. Fuck Kanye West. He's fucking crazy.
No.
Because that's just dismissing everybody with mental health issues, and that's fucking wrong.
No, and Kanye says shit a lot of times that
People aren't even
really
up on yet.
makes sense. But I think the media really does try and like take advantage of and exploit
Oh my god.
his mental illness for stories, and he makes it easy sometimes. For
He does
them.
make it easy, and
Right?
because if you think about Kanye West and how Kanye West has always been like in the media, he's always been. He gives you everything he's passionate about. He doesn't hide his feelings and emotions, and like when he talks, he can fucking ramble. Like it can spiral so quickly, and so like when he does that, and then he says some shit like slavery is a choice.
Yeah.
In the middle of the TMZ, and it's like, oh my God, he said slavery was a choice, but what they got hung up on was slavery is a choice.
Yeah.
He's talking about modern day slavery is a choice. Like we now like conform to like that, like consumerism and fucking all this other shit.
What he's saying is the chains are just different.
Yeah, the chains are different.
The
And
chains
so-
are just shinier now.
Yeah.
yeah, and so, but also, as I look at Kanye West, you're a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that you put out fucking Yeezys and they sell for fucking thousands of fucking dollars and your fucking clothing line, you're like, cool, yes, you design it, but we're gonna talk about people being slaves to shit. And then now that sweater with missing the fucking arm, that the arm starts down here is like fucking $800 and you're selling it. And it's like, all right, but
You're
the
selling
people
me
are
a
gonna buy it.
defective sweater for more.
Yeah, so it's like, that ain't really gonna keep me warm. But
Just wish there was someone in this camp that was like, just don't go to TMZ, man. Like, just don't go there.
there's a lot of things like
I don't like
Like, I don't
Kanye. I feel is like the kind of person that just don't listen to nobody.
Yeah.
No,
well,
like,
he said on his on Ye when his project Ye, he's like, I don't take advice from people less successful than me. And there's a lot of people less successful than you. So it's like,
just don't
I'm
listen
gonna
to
tell you right
nobody.
now, if he hired you, you're less successful than he is technically, but doesn't mean you're not smarter.
Man, if I had that MO, I'd just be listening to everybody. I'd just be listening to everybody. Yeah, okay.
Like fuck, he's like.
Whatever you want, man.
So it's like he did say it. He did say he's not. I don't take advice from people less successful than me. So it's
Yeah.
like that's a really great point. But what was I saying? Like that's a great idea. But no, let's not do that. And it's like, all right, cool. Like fuck. So it's like we do have to fucking really pay attention to what people are doing, and I think there's motives on both sides because like. You want me here to help with this podcast. I want to be here to help with my music, kind of thing. It's a mutual benefit.
Mutual, yeah.
And it's like so, but on a bigger scale, like a fucking presidential campaign, you gotta have like fuck. He wants me to wear this "Make America Great Again" hat, huh? Well, fuck. I need you to get this person, this person, this person, this person, this person. I have 48 fucking cases here. I need them
Dismissed.
Yeah, like come on, like we need a presidential pardon on these, buddy, because they were wrongfully adjusted, or like So it's like on the bigger scales, it's fucking bigger stakes. So that's what people do, and then like how you do that and how you benefit from that is on you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna say if I wasn't in a position of power to a sort of like, if you do this for me, come on here, I can do this for you. I think I would do that. Like, and it's like, and there's people out there that are fucking doing that on
the
a
thing is,
constant basis.
Yeah, nothing in life is free. Nothing in life is
Unfortunately.
free, right? Like people, for the most part, pretty much people will do things if there's some sort of incentive to themselves.
Yeah,
right?
and then
So like,
because we are like as human beings, we always like, well, what am I going to get out of this? What am I going to get out of this? And if there's nothing on the table, like you tell me to come to this party, this party's going to be great. blah, 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 and you're fucking hyping it up to me, and then you make me pay $40 at the door. I don't want to fucking go. I'm like, and then I got to pay for drinks and stuff. It's a little harder sell. It's like, all right, I'll put you on the guest list, come to my show, blah, 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 blah. Because it's easier to get people on that thing. It's like, it'd be great to see you out there.
Yeah.
But like, if you're really pushing, like, you need to be there, you need to be there, you need to be there, and then fucking don't have anything that's incentivizing for them other than music and fucking a show, it's like, all right. Yeah. Some people aren't sold on that.
Yeah, no, for real, like, and you know, especially in the industry, right? Mm-hmm. You always have to have something to offer somebody every time you ask for a favor, right? I mean, like, you know, we're homies, right? And we'll do shit for each other on love.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right? But like, that's not how you want to conduct your shit, right?
Like in that sense, it's like no one's gonna take a fucking flight to fucking sit on the Ellen show for free. And like, you know, it's like, all right, cool, I got a busy schedule, I'm pretty tight, and I got fucking 4 hours on that day. Well, can you come to LA and sit on my show? Yeah, but I need something. And so it's like, people don't go there with nothing to do. Yeah. Because when you see someone on the Ellen show or like talk shows like that, they're there promoting themselves or something that they're doing, right? And it's not like they got a movie rolling out, they got a project rolling out, or they just started this foundation, or they, like, you know, it's like, no one just goes there and be like, yeah, it's just Tuesday, I decided to pop in on you.
I noticed, like, whenever I started, you know, I need to record, or I need this done, you know what I mean? Like, and a lot of times you get what you pay for, or you get what you invest in.
100%.
Right? Like, fuck, I just lost my train of thought.
You get what you invested.
Yeah. I invested in a shit-ass brain. Too much weed.
It happens. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I hate that, like, as Canadians, we are so invested in American politics. Because, like, I ain't lying. We pay so much attention to their politics, and you can turn around and ask another person that was talking so much about American politics, about Canadian politics, and then we're like, I'm one of them people. Like, I'm just like, because, like, it's like, that's what we're seeing. That's
well,
what
Canadian politics doesn't have the pizzazz. It's like a reality show. No, Canadian politics, it's politics. Yeah. It's pretty normal. It's more, American politics, it's not really like normal politics. That shit's excited. It's like watching a fucking boxing match, end of reality show rolled into one.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate
with an impending doom.
Yeah. It's like the ultimate fighter with nukes. So, like, you know, how are you not gonna watch that shit?
And that's crazy. It's like, so it's like when we break that down, and it's like you watch what is unraveled into those politics. It's like, we're like, oh my God, he's actually up there endorsing Trump. Or he's up there like making political stance. And then just like, but as we all know, if you don't focus on your politics and you're not focused on politics, and it makes it hard for you to complain. What did you vote? And it's like, all right, no, I didn't vote, but like, then you shouldn't be fucking complaining. But like, I ain't lying, like in my community where I grew up, it's like, we have so much shit on a daily basis that we don't fucking think about politics. We ain't, like, the first thing when we wake up isn't fucking, politics are fucking for Cindy that owns a fucking house.
Yeah.
Like her nice little family, like they know that their income stream is fucking secure and like stable, but in the hood, you're like, what the fuck? Like, okay, cool. Like, fuck. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that bill. I need to make more money. I need to go to work. I need to work extra shifts. I need to do this, and this, and this, and this. And then fucking, I do want my children to have a good life, so I fucking enroll them in something. And I got to pay for that now, too. Like, and now we got to fucking find, like, there's so much swirling in one pot for people in, like, in lower income housing and fucking communities, that politics is the last fucking thing we think about, man. And I thought about that. I'm like, because I was talking to, I don't know. See, my brain's fucked too. I was talking to somebody one time.
You don't even smoke. You don't even got an excuse.
No, and I was talking to someone one time, and they were like, why don't people like in like Uniac Square vote? And like, we got so much other shit. You know, fucking her son's going to jail, and he fucking is doing this and and then she's working and trying to keep fucking little Timmy, like, you know, like,
Yeah.
you think she's gonna go out and vote and have that as a priority
Well, the
on
thing
her
is-
fucking list or on their list to fucking like, all right, let's make sure we get our fucking votes in.
I
Right? We
just-
don't, and it's like, there's so much shit that's stacked up against some people that
Yeah.
so the basic standard of like, oh well, I
Of
don't
what
know,
you give a shit about.
yeah, is far more substantial than just like you like, all right, cool. Like I went to lunch with Debbie today and fucking Todd, and we just talked about
Politics.
yeah, and
Politics.
and then we discussed about a fucking dinner party we're gonna fucking have. No. We're talking about what are we gonna eat for the next month because we fucking sat down and crunched our fucking numbers like a goddamn accountant.
Yeah.
And we realized that we got fucking over the next month we got $1,000 and there's $700 rent.
Yeah.
And it's like, now you do that. You do that and stay fucking sane. And then and try not to forget about the election.
Yeah.
And make sure that you're paying attention to all the political fucking debates.
Yeah.
You listen to every last one of those. Tell me if
No.
you can do it.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I had this thought the other day, and it ties into this, is being able to think about a future is a privilege.
It is. It
Being
fucking
able to
is.
think about not just today or tomorrow or the end of the month, you know what I mean? Like to really think about having a future and then think about where am I gonna be in 10 years? Well, you know, like if you're really in the trenches, you're not thinking past getting this month's rent.
Yeah.
You
You're not
know,
getting, it's,
making sure I can eat.
it's at the end of the day, it's like, all right, cool. What did I do today? What, like, did I get everything I need done today so that this is gonna, oh, fuck, I gotta get, you know what, I didn't. I gotta go get a payday loan. Like, you know, it's like, fuck. Like, you know, like, it's like,
And
then
you
on
get further
top-
behind. You
yeah,
just
because I
snowball.
already took from my third paycheck, and like fucking, you know, like now I gotta pay fucking whatever the fucking interest rate on that is, like 25% or some shit, and it's like,
Yeah.
while getting advanced, I got behind, and it's like, you know, it's like that never-ending cycle, and I watched my mother do it at times, and it's like, holy fuck, man.
My pops told me when I was a kid, if you look after your pennies, your dollars will take care of themselves.
Sounds like some smart shit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, you know, it's like,
I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't figured it out yet.
but.
I ain't good at saving, but
And not
That
many
is a
people
good
are,
advice.
and it's because like we have such fuck Halifax, honestly.
Yeah.
like it's a shit show. It's fucking a nice place. The people are great, but living is fucking
yeah.
atrocious.
And it's only gonna get worse.
And that's it. And it's
Like
like
I can feel it getting worse. I can feel the city it's already fucking got no money.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Look at every fucking third corner. There's a condo going up.
Yeah.
And you
condo
look
that
at
nobody from here can fucking live
Yeah,
in.
and
I
so
don't know
and
anybody
that
that
and
can
that's
afford those.
and that's it.
Nobody.
And you're looking at it and you're like, holy fuck, that's another fucking condo going up. And
The ones that just built in Fairview too.
Yeah.
and then you're looking at it like, okay, cool. You're still working at McDonald's for fucking, what is it? What's minimum wage? 11 fucking 50 or some shit?
$11.50?
Or something,
Yeah.
11.80 or something like that. And it's like, now, how the fuck? You gotta get a roommate to live in a shitty apartment now.
Yeah.
You gotta get a roommate to live in
Yeah.
a shitty fucking apartment in a shitty part of the city with shitty fucking neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
And so,
Fucking drafty ass, no fucking heat.
yeah.
All the fucking
I've had my heat on for 3 months now, and my room hasn't gotten past 20 degrees.
Yeah, all the pipes got fucking lead in them.
It's crazy. It's
This is getting depressing.
It is.
Let's talk
All right,
about
let's
music. I want to think about how we all just drank 2 quarts of lead.
Yeah.
Just because all the pipes in the city are fucked still.
Get you a Brita filter.
I got one.
I got one too.
I'll use it though.
use
I'm
that
such
shit,
a
man.
bastard.
They're good at getting us.
All right, back to music.
Let's talk about music a little bit.
Let's get down with the get down.
We're talking about the city, so you're from here.
Yes.
Yeah, both sides of the
Born
bridge.
Yes. I spent times on both sides of the bridge. Born and raised in Uniacke Square. Moved to Dartmouth at 14. Spent some time over there until I was like in my 20s. moved back to the better side.
I wasn't gonna say it.
But living on both sides of the bridge did give me insight. But also, I have family on both sides of the bridge. My father's side of the family is from North Preston, so like even before moving there, I would spend a lot of time in North Preston and stuff like that. So, like just having a sense for both ways of life, and there's such a stigma living on one side of the bridge to the other.
Yeah.
It's like people are like, "Fuck that! I ain't going to Halifax."
It actually feels different though when you cross the bridge. I don't know, maybe it's just in my head.
The atmosphere is different.
Maybe it's just in my head. Yeah, like when I cross the bridge, like I feel like I'm not on like I don't got the home field advantage anymore. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm like.
Should I get jumped right now? I gotta make a call so they come across the bridge.
I'm at the ferry terminal. Like, yeah, I got the home team.
Hop on the ferry. I'm gagging me right now. Get
You
here.
want to get jumped on the ferry?
Swim. Yeah, fuck. You fucking. That's like international waters right there. But like, fuck. So it's like spending both time on both the bridge for me was definitely. I learned a lot from the times. It was like. Because, like I said, there's a stigma of, like, fucking people like, I don't fuck with people from Halifax. I don't fuck with people from Dartmouth. And then it's, like, being on both sides, I'm like, you're like this person. You guys would fucking get along.
Yeah.
Right? And this person's like that person. I'm like, oh, this is the same. Just, like, I guess Dartmouth is more residential than Halifax in terms of, like, downtown, like,
well, there's no clubs and shit in Dartmouth.
Well,
like, if you're gonna go to the bars and shit, you're coming over to Halifax.
Yeah, unless you're going to fucking Jacob's Lounge.
Sure, Jacobs?
No, I'm not sure that.
Hey man, we used to do shows in the basement.
But you know what I'm saying. We've been there. We've been there.
Or shows in the basement.
Shout out Hugo's. That's where my first performance was at.
Yeah. Your first show was at Hugo's?
It was at Hugo's. Remember those? Who was doing it? I think was it Odyssey that was doing it?
Fucking Hugo's.
They were doing like the rap offs, and if you won, you got like $100 or some shit. And yeah, I lost. I lost to Realize. Shout out Realize.
You didn't realize, eh?
Yeah.
Realize is dope.
Exactly.
I'm
happy with that loss. It was my first performance. I was nervous as shit, and there was like 3 people there. It was crazy. It was definitely an interesting experience, and I was like, all right, cool. How do I get people to come out for me now?
Yeah.
There was like a thing for me, but also it's like there's people that are comfortable being in a 3-person fucking crowd, which was like interesting for me because I remember another show that I did, Socks and Ambition, was doing dropping signs at Company House.
Okay.
And this, I didn't perform this night, but I popped up and there was like 4 or 5 artists performing, and literally, I swear to God, I was the only person there. It was like a slow night, and watching these guys perform, they were going in like the room was filled, and I was like, wow, they got it. I was like, they know what they're doing, and it like you don't change your performance because there's no one there, or you don't turn down a performance because no one's there. And it made me like just like it flipped that switch for me, being like,
if anything, you just see this practice.
It is, and that's it. And
Yeah.
Usually we're practicing at home, and we don't get the luxuries of having like
The
speakers,
mics,
lights, and all that shit. And if you get to fucking practice in an empty fucking at an empty venue, take that and fucking in stride and run with that, because you need that.
You gotta really love this shit.
Yeah.
To push, like, you know how many fucking empty venues I've played, man. How many times, like, you know, Socks
Weird venues.
Socks used to joke, man. He was like, I was like, he's like, yeah, we don't go to sound check. I was like, I go to sound check. He goes, every show of yours is a sound check. Fuck you, cuz. That shit hurt my
Socks,
good.
that was heat.
I know
That's
that.
heat. Every time,
Every one of your shows is a fucking sound check. He's like, oh, you got a sound check.
it's like,
I'm like, man, that was too real. That
that
really hurt.
you know that's your boy when he gives you that. Like that's a jab right there. That'll push your head back.
I'm laughing about it now. I don't think I was laughing about it at the time.
Like, but what's the weirdest venue you guys played at?
God, oh man, so many weird venues. Like we used to just rap like outside.
Well, that's natural, but like if like you got booked to play at this place, but what was the weirdest spot? Because I think I.
Oh my God,
Was it the-
Westville.
Oh yeah,
fuck.
that was weird.
Oh my
that?
God,
What's
dude.
Westville?
We played-
Westville's in the fucking
It's in
valley.
Pictou County.
It's in Pictou County, yeah.
We played
It's
the
in-
first hip hop show ever in the town.
Yeah, I forgot about fucking Westville. You make history, yo, the first ever shit.
Oh, we lost it.
902 lit.
Too lit. We put the too lit in 902 lit. You know what I mean? Keep that crispy. My bad. Where
Yeah.
were we? Oh yeah, Westville. Yo, this show was fucked. This show was the most fucked.
There was
Sweet.
like a decent turnout, but everyone
But
was
they
at
were
the
all,
back.
they
of
were
the, like,
all like, it was like a country bar. There's motherfucking deer heads on the wall. There's like fucking bear skins and shit.
That's
and
crazy.
it's just all old white people for the most part that were just like not like we're rapping and they're just like sitting by the bar like they're just like pissed off that they can't listen to fucking Hank Williams or whatever the fuck they want to listen to, right? And I'm like, yeah, we're the motherfucking underdogs, you know, doing my thing shirtless,
Okay.
and they're just like,
Who booked that shit?
It was a
Mackie?
couple of them. Yeah, Mackie, who's like from there.
Oh, crazy.
oh man,
That's
it was
fucked.
like I can't even talk about the rest of the night on camera.
That's
But but it was weird, dude. It was like a real country bar.
Christ. I always found like the weird ones be funny as fuck. They're just weird and funny and like you just never know what the fuck to expect. I don't even know what my weirdest venue was. Like fuck. The weirdest venue I booked shows for was the church that you guys did
Oh,
back
yeah.
in fucking what was that, early October?
Yeah, St. Andrews.
That was weird. I was like, we're in a fucking church.
I know. I actually love the aesthetic of it.
The aesthetic
yeah,
of
it
it
was
is
a
dope as
beautiful
fuck.
church,
It
yeah.
was a beautiful church, but I'm like, damn, hip hop show. I'm like, who's gonna be the first one to slip up and curse on the Lord's house? And I was like, holy fuck.
It's
And
gonna
I
be,
did it. I was cursing all night long. 'Cause it was
It's
like,
hard not to,
yeah,
man.
that's just me. Lord said, come as you are.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But like, fuck, we did a weird show that was in like, where is it? It was weird. It was really fucking weird. We did a weird show in New Brunswick, or not, New Glasgow. It was just really weird. It was, I think it was just the people were weird.
Oh yeah, New Glasgow's a strange place.
Like they're like, it was a show, but it wasn't a show. They were like coming up on stage and hugging you and shit. Like, but you weren't on stage. You were on the floor with them, which is I'm fine with that shit.
Was it at the commune?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
And
we
it was
played
like,
the commune too.
and it was like they're like, why? And I'm like, you guys are so great, and you can hear them saying that into the mic while you're trying to. This is, I'm like, all right, thank you, appreciate you being here on a Sunday night. I know it's Easter, and it's like, fuck, it was funny as hell. It was fucking that was like, it wasn't the weirdest venue, but it was the weirdest experience, I think.
Man, I remember my first time playing to an actual, not sound check, like a crowd,
Yeah?
like a crowd.
Where was it at?
It was at Each One Teach One, I think. 3 years ago, Sox nominated me for the Each One Teach One for.
Oh, I remember that.
And then I got
remember
to
that.
fucking rock the stage
Because
with
was that
Brother
like,
Ali and Mers. Shout out
Yes.
to Brother Ali and Mers.
I had strep throat during that fucking show. I was supposed to be on the cipher.
Cause
but
I had strep throat too, and I still won the competition. I was rapping like this. I was like I had a fucking tracheotomy. What's up, What's up?
I guess I should have plugged it out like you and came up to the
Bro.
show. I was like, if I come out there, someone else is leaving with strep throat.
Oh, I was pouring sweat. I didn't give a fuck. I hope I got everybody sick.
The bar is so
I was
sick.
Wear your
I was
mask,
licking the
folks.
microphone.
Wear your mask.
Around this guy. Hold on, where's my mask? Shit.
Coming for you. But yeah, like that feeling, and like I ended up winning, and like the crowd was just chanting my name, and I just
That's
remember being like,
That moment.
"This is like I was stunned. I was like, nobody ever liked me before. Nobody's ever liked me before. Now like there's 200 people just being like,
Yeah,
Apollo.
it's a good feeling to like be on like those stages and like really be in front of those crowds.
Yeah. Being an artist is hard, right? So like having a validation, like people say that, oh, I don't need validation or whatever, but like as an artist, like you question yourself a lot,
I'm gonna tell you,
right?
if you don't need validation, just stay in the studio and put out tracks and remain faceless, and you'll see. You'll fucking see. Like, if that's what you want to do, you don't need validation. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, then make fucking art for you. That is what I say. It's like, make art for you, but at the same time, it is fucking great to be on stage and have people applauding and fucking standing the fuck up.
Well, yeah, it's not just like about like a I'm so great thing. It's just about like having people relate to you. Like, you know what I mean? If you're like
And
an artist,
enjoy
like,
my motherfucking music.
yeah, and you know, like we all rap about topics that are like deep and like, you know, relevant to our lives. And you know, when we see that the same shit we're going through is relevant to so many other people and that they really feel you and that they think this, you know, similar things to you, you know, it validates like, you know, am I doing the right shit? Like, you know, you always question it, right? Like,
Always.
Especially as an artist, like we don't really make club music.
No.
Not very often.
Not that. Yeah, that ain't our vein.
That's not like I mean, we can, and like we've dropped like party songs before, but like that idea of like what I'm putting out into the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I've even done things in life, you know what I mean, that would make an interesting song that I don't want to talk about because I don't want to put that out into the world.
Yeah, and that's it. And it's like, so it's like, you take that moment to pick and choose of like, all right, yeah, this is gonna be great. And on the other end of that, we sit on it for so long that we start to doubt it. Like before it even released, and we like get so comfortable and we get so tired of it. But then once you get on that stage and then people are fucking hearing it and you're having a fucking great time performing and it's coming through good and people are like reacting the way you expected them to or beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want that fucking, you want that gratification, you want that recognition, and it feels fucking good. And I don't think there's many artists that write music. I haven't met an artist that writes music that's just like, it's just for me. I just hold on to everything. Don't ever release nothing. It's just for me. Because I hats off, give my fucking hat to that person. I'm like, yeah, I respect that. Because like, that's fine. That if that's where you're at. But not a lot of people are there. Not a lot of people want to do that. People want to display. Like back in July when we started doing Success Saturdays, it was like to get back over that little bit of a COVID situation where we could be in a venue with a certain amount of people and putting that display on. And it was like, because for me, like making my music is great. It's therapeutic. It helps me get shit off my chest. But then performing and allowing me to give it to people physically is a different
it's like
fucking
a gift.
feeling.
It's
more therapeutic, and I know that you're getting it now. Because like there's been times where I've listened to projects and I like the music, but then like 2 or 3 songs weren't really hitting with me. And then you see someone perform those tracks and you're like, oh fuck, I see what you're talking about now. I get it. And like now you love that project even more because you've seen it live.
There's even been artists that I wasn't even a big fan of, and then I see them perform, and they just got this energy, and like
they're
you
giving
just
you their self.
Yeah.
Literally, you're physically getting their energy now.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about like, you know, we asked you to be on the podcast because it helps us with the podcast, but it helps you promote your music. So like, you know, you're giving the people the gift of music, right? And they're giving you the gift of appreciating it.
Exactly. It's a win-win. It's a I give you, you give me. Because like if I'm at a show and I notice that people are like standoffish and a little further back from the stage, because truth be told, I'm not a headliner. I'm not one of those people that, oh, he's on a bill, people are coming up for every time. Like, you know, like so we are in a process of building our careers and we're building our platform, we're building our fan base of like getting to where we want it to be. But there's gonna be times when you're at shows in the beginning and there's 50 people in the place and 35 of them are more than 40 feet away from you. So you gotta engage. You gotta be like, yo, can you guys come up here? Like, and let them know, I'm gonna give you my motherfucking energy. Yeah. I'm gonna do it, but I need you guys to give it back. Yeah. And like, you know what? I'm giving you, you gotta give me. And that was like, and you have to have that connection. It's like, you know, like, appreciate you guys even being here for one. But if you can come a little closer, we can get like, you know, like
we can get this really
thing
popping.
Yeah. Like, and you have to express that because I've witnessed people just be cool with just like, all right, cool, that guy on the wall back there. All right, he's vibing, but he's not really vibing. He could have had a better time if he came up, you know? And it's like, So you got to let them know, I can only give you what you give me.
Fans are really scared of looking weird. Do you know what I mean? Like people don't want to be the only one dancing or the only one vibing with shit. So you get a lot of like people like insecure that just really do like to hang back on the wall.
And there's a lot of those people, and that's how they take it in.
Yeah,
which is fine, like, because there are just those people that like, if I don't know the music and I haven't heard it before, I'm definitely at the show. I'm gonna hang back and peep it because I don't want to hear it banging in my ears. But if I know the music, I'm gonna be up front. I'm gonna be a fan.
Sure.
I'm gonna show you I'm a fan, and I'm gonna attend. But if I don't know it, and I'm gonna hang back and want to listen to it clearly, and I want to hear what's coming through, and I want to see how you're performing too. And I don't want to have to try to look over people.
Yeah.
So it's like it's definitely like there's two sides to it. There's definitely two sides to it, and I think you have to understand that, and you can't be offended by the guy standing back in the corner just peeping it.
No, you always gotta do your own thing.
Yeah.
Right? And a big thing I learned is you have to like I used to get mad, like, my friends wouldn't come out to my shows sometimes and shit, right? But it's like, you gotta build your fan base outside of that. And you gotta like have like, you can't just be hounding your friends to listen to your shit. Like you actually have to look at different ways to expand your market and get those people that are, there's been times where I've been doing a show and people aren't even there for the show. You know what I mean? They're just there, like they just thought it was the bar, but then they come and then they're
didn't
like,
even know this was happening.
Yeah, and then but they love that shit, right? And like those are the people who really want to target.
It's a surprise for them, right? And it's like it's a nice little treat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say something I lost my train of thought.
Well, especially in hip hop, whereas like all right, if somebody says they're a guitar player, right, everybody's like, oh, cool, play me something. But if you say you're a rapper, everybody's immediate response is basically like, fuck you, no you're not. I don't know what it is.
You're a rapper, huh?
Yeah, you're like, everybody and their mother thinks they're a rapper, so it's like.
What do you rap about?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you,
fuck. Especially, man, I remember when I was a kid. So I've been rapping for a long time. You know what I mean? Or at least been writing, and I remember telling, I think it was Halifax. Do you know Halifax? I think I told him I saw him. I was like after a show, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm an MC," and he laughed in my face. I was like 15.
The coldness.
He just laughed at me. I'm bad at it. But I'm just saying, like, it's it made me strong. I'm a hell of a motherfucking rapper now, too. Come laugh now, cuz. But you know what I mean? Like,
he rapped every moment until this so we could say that.
I swear to God, you made me practice. So shout out to Halifax. You got me practicing again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, this is a real dog-eat-dog.
It is.
Biz.
It is. It really is. And you have to have a thick skin and you have to really be patient because you don't know when you're ready to actually take it the fuck on. Like you might be like, this fucking's ready. This song, this is it. This is the song. This is the one. And then it's not. It's not the one. It's not. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't come across the way you projected it to. And so like you have to be patient because it's a long, slow grind, even to get recognition by your peers. For people that know you, they're like, oh, you're still going at it.
Yeah.
And I remember I came across someone from high school, like, I want to say the last Salt year that I was doing, and when I was hosting it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to the bathroom and I ran into her and she was like, oh, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, nice to see you, blah, blah, blah. I'm hosting a show here at Sawyer. She was like, oh, great, nice, that's really dope. You still rap? I'm like, yeah. And it's like that condescending, oh, you still rap?
You still rap, huh? Yeah.
Nice. And I was like, yeah, you should come fucking check it out.
Yeah.
And I'll show you. And it's like, there's people that are like, oh yeah, that was just people think you're doing it as a hobby. But like, oh, that's a long hobby. But no one says that about golf.
No.
No one says that about golf. Oh, you're still playing golf?
It's like, hey, you can play your fucking acoustic guitar around the campfire and make s'mores.
There's a stigma.
That's fine, but if you're an MC, everybody's like, fuck you.
Because and that's it. Like you can say, you could be like, I'm a boxer. And people are like, oh my God, that's great. You're a boxer.
That's cool,
That's
like,
really
yeah.
fucking cool. And people are like interested, and you're like, I'm a rapper. And they're like, oh, you're a rapper.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like you
pastime.
always, like you
But no,
almost
but-
get like shot down right away before they even know. Like in rap, you're guilty until proven innocent. I'm being a good rapper.
You definitely are. And rightfully so. I'm going to say rightfully so.
There's
but-
a lot of trash motherfuckers.
But at the same time, it's like when I could say like I'm a boxer. I'm just saying I'm a boxer because I go to fucking one class a week.
your 30-minute hit.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Like, I'm like I'm not that box. I'm a boxer now. Like you're a boxer, but like I said, no one says it about golf. No one's expecting anything of the person that says, "Oh yeah, I golf on Sundays." Oh yeah, that's great. You're still golfing, eh?
Oh, you're still golfing,
Like
eh?
then they'll interject with like, "I always wanted to do that." Opposed to being a rapper, they're like, I know so many of those things.
I got asked to perform at the Lebanese festival once.
How did that go?
Actually, that was the first crowd I played to.
Okay.
But they were all like old Lebanese people. It was all like friends of the family and shit. You know what I mean? And they were
Look
not
at
like,
Chris
they were
go.
just like, what the fuck is this? Bunch of old Lebanese men like sitting there drinking their like Johnny Walker Black. Like,
So that would have been those. I understand that. Because like playing for older crowds that may have watched you grow up, I think might be the hardest.
It is the
fucking
hardest.
thing
Yeah.
possible to do because it's like, oh damn, now I'm gonna curse their fucking ears off. And I've never cursed around these people before. My show I did in February at the casino, part of a comedy show that my cousin put on called Laughing O Violence, was a lot of my grandmother was there, my grandfather was there, a lot of my aunts and uncles, my great aunts and shit, and I was like, damn, this is interesting. And I kept it clean, but it was definitely like they'd never seen me perform before, so it was like they ain't coming out to fucking the Marquee at 2 a.m. and 2 a.m. So they don't get to see me perform. And they like honestly, they're not traveling across the bridge on fucking Wednesday afternoon to see me do the community show that I did. And so it's like it's a little different, and it's like, and it was really weird. I'm like, oh fuck, and there was like that extra added pressure for me. I was like, holy god damn. So it was like then my grandmother see me. She was like, any other time you have that was great. Like anytime you have like shows that aren't late, let me know. I'll come. Like I really enjoyed that. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm with that because it was. I made my grandmother proud, and she was like she enjoyed seeing me on stage, and she was like, yeah, you know.
Absolutely. I consider that when I'm doing my writing too. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I think that my mom could end up hearing this shit. You know what I
That's a
mean?
big
I
thing for
consider
me.
like, you know what I mean? So even when I'm talking about like certain themes, I like to like veil everything
Mm-hmm.
pretty well. You know what I mean?
I do to an extent to like where I'm like, okay, my kids are gonna. I want to show my kids this. I want to show my kids this. I want my kids to be able to listen to this. But I'm not gonna give it to like censor it to a point where I'm just making it family friendly.
No. I mean, it's
still
gotta
gonna be
have
raw.
the
It's still gonna be
raw
raw.
realness.
But I definitely am like I'm not gonna be like 10 bad bitches in the living room shaking their ass gonna jump on my like I'm like I have a daughter. I don't want to objectify women in that way.
Of course.
So if you're hearing your fucking father objectify women that way,
Dan, what's your view of like, you know, how men should treat you?
exactly, and
affects
and that's what I want to like. I have that thought in my brain when I do write, and like, all right, cool. Like there is a line of respect I keep and I uphold for myself, because I'm like, people always talk about like last night was a movie,
Yeah.
but we gotta be careful because children watch movies.
What kind of
man.
movie?
And we're putting this shit on Snapchat, we're putting this on
Yeah.
Instagram, we're putting this on the things. And my nephew, like I have older nephews, like one of my nephews 20, one of my nephews is 14, and like they're young, like they're in that thing of like my oldest nephew, he's like doing his own fucking thing, but like my 14-year-old nephew, he's listening to fucking the Little Pumps and the Babies and fucking like all that shit. So it's like what I'm putting out there, I don't want to like foster more of that shit. You know, like I'm like, yo, there is real shit in music. Here, listen to Little Brother.
Yeah.
Here, listen to, like, you know, like, throwing shit out there. Like, also take this in. Don't just, like, you know, like, because my fear is, like, fuck, that's my nephew's a drug addict because of the music he listens to. And, like, fuck, taking that in, I'm just like, we got to be careful, and we also got to counteract what they listen to. Because, honestly, I don't talk to my nephew as much as he listens to music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't. Our parents didn't talk to us as much as we listen to music. Our older siblings didn't talk to us as much as we listen to our music. Because if we weren't talking to them, doing homework or in school, we were listening to our fucking music, doing whatever the fuck we were doing.
Also, you're gonna like,
That's what
listen
raised
to
us.
someone that you admire or you think is really cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More than your mom or your dad. You know, even though they have a bigger influence and they're more there in your
Yeah,
life. But like
100%
somebody that
present.
you think is cool, that you want to be like, you're like, oh, that shit is so cool. That's what I want to be. Like, it really seeps in there and like,
It does, and
fucks
that's
your
it.
shit up.
I'm gonna tell you, like, fucking the Carter 2 raised me. Like, fucking Nas, Hip Hop's Dead album was one that I was big on at that time.
Classic.
Like, fucking, you know, like, those albums, like, all that shit, like, fucking, even, like, through high school, like, when I really fucking got into Styles P and the Locks, it was like, man, I thought I was a fucking gangster, man. Like, so it's like, what we're taking in is definitely something that we try to emulate in our lives. So,
Yeah.
so you have to be aware of, like, if I take this a little too far, if you push it just more so in the other direction, it could be good or it could be bad, depending on what you're listening to. Because now, like, you see, like, think of all the young guys that are like 17, 18, 19, 20 running around with dreads now. Because hip hop made dreads the look. And then, like, now they got dreads. Like, they're running around with dreads. It's like, it wasn't a choice that they made. Like, oh, I'm going back to, like, you know, like a hairstyle and all that. But it was like, oh, my favorite rapper got dreads. I'm getting dreads too. And that's an influence. And that's a commitment. That's a real fucking commitment.
Well, like, even the clothes we wear and the shit we drink, you know what I mean? Like do you remember, like, look at, is anybody here wearing really baggy shit? And we're all rappers.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, if
Size 40s. Size
Yeah,
40
if
jeans.
this
I had a
was-
couple of those and my waist was a
that's
28.
what I mean. I would, like, you know, I'd be wearing a triple XL fucking Echo hoodie.
I'm gonna tell you, my
You know
shirt
what I
was
mean,
dragging
or
on my
what?
goddamn shoes. And like, fuck, why you walking on the back of your shirt? Like, why? Like, it's like, why did we think that?
And
Like,
people used to wear
cool?
two tall tees, like one tall tee
And
then
then
one
now
short
see it. Yeah, one. I need you to see
I
the
need
layers
to
to
see
the
the
shit.
layers of my aesthetic, you know what I mean? And motherfuckers back then, they would even wear two polos. And they
I've
pop
seen
both
that. Yeah, I've
collars,
seen
man.
it.
Like,
I've never ever wore two polos.
jeez, yo.
But then you could get
like,
the Foot Locker tall tees that had like the double cuff on it with the like white on the black and on the white little sewn under, like, looks like you had another shirt on, but you didn't really have another shirt on. But yeah, Foot Lockers was selling that shit.
Yo, I remember I had
the burgundy one, the burgundy with the white under it.
I don't know if Exco existed anywhere else but Nova Scotia.
I don't know. I hope not.
Did Exco exist elsewhere?
It was probably a maritime team.
Because I remember I got an Exco hoodie and I just thought it was, like, you know, certain shit you thought, you just thought you were so cool. Like, I got a little G-Unit hoodie when I was in, like, the 6th grade. And I was like, you know, when 50 Cent was popping. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I fucked with 50 Cent heavy back in the day. Like,
I don't
like,
think
it
many
was
people
just,
didn't.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like
He had his shit wrong.
yeah. What's funny is, like, you know the shit he did with Kanye with the whoever sells more albums. It was Curtis and
Oh, what album? Yeah, was it? No, it wasn't.
it wasn't. I think it was
Not Twisted Fantasy.
College Dropout. No, it was
Yeah,
the
it
third
was-
one. I think it was his third album.
Late registration. Wait, college dropout, late registration, and graduation.
Yeah, I think it was Graduation.
Yeah.
But anyways, I feel like that was a really big turning point in hip hop. Whereas, like, 50 Cent's style of, like, that gritty New York street shit kind of took a back seat to Kanye's, like, backpack rap.
Yeah, because what Kanye did was, like, I'm a smart kid. Like, I'm smart. Like, I'm college educated, and, like, the first album was talking about dropping out of college, and fucking, like, all the skits on there were fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that album was chock full of dope shit too.
And that's it. And it was like, you don't have to just be a gangster rapper. You didn't have to be a drug dealer. You didn't have to And it made way for Kendrick Lamar's, J. Cole's,
Yeah.
even artists like myself of like, I don't have to be directed in the gang culture or drug culture to make music. I don't have to fucking thing. Cause like, I'm gonna tell you right now, like me rapping at fucking 16, 17, I'm telling you right now, you would have thought I was Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Like, shit. I'm telling you, I'm gonna fucking shoot you.
Yeah.
I ain't never held a gun. Like, and it's like, so it's like, there was a shift in the momentum of like music of like, okay, you can think in this way and you don't have to do what the mainstream is doing. And then Kanye West changing the mainstream in the process of like,
Cause like even in the 90s, right? You know, Enter the 36 Chambers and the Low End Theory. Was it the Low End Theory? One of a Tribe Called Quest albums. You know, it came out the same year, right? And those are both albums from New York. But like, you know, Tribe is not on that gangster shit at all, right? Whereas Wu-Tang is like
creativity.
yeah, and you know, and like they were still very highly respected in the culture and in the hood, right? And then you know, as the '90s progressed and we got into the late '90s, early 2000s, it seems like a lot of the fun in hip hop dropped off into just more gangster shit. I mean, you had like little resurgences, like Soulja Boys and fucking Chingy and shit. That's not. I guess I'm not making my case very well. But like,
well, no, there was a light perspective to the hip hop.
But yeah, exactly. Like you would listen to a Tribe Called Quest and like they're not talking about being thugged out and like. But for a while there, I feel like it dropped off, and then, you know, especially in the 50 era.
Yeah. Oh fuck, man. He had so much influence. He was like he made people think they needed to be shot.
Yeah,
because that was his brand.
No,
man.
but that's true. I'm pretty sure there was definitely people out there that were like, just pop me one in the ass.
Yeah.
You know, just shoot me once in the ass.
Shoot me in the head.
No, like, shoot me in the fucking arm.
Shoot me in the head.
You know, I bet you there's somebody out there that did that to sell records.
Fuck, hold on. If I shoot myself in here, look like it came from over there.
I barely shoot a basketball, let alone shoot myself.
Yeah, and then fucking be
Hell
like,
no, I don't even
shot.
like rap. Not enough to get shot.
Why are we here?
Fuck all that noise.
It's fucking crazy. It's just to see how people perceive image and what something should look like. Like, it's like, you look at it and you can be like, oh, I need to do that to be this.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's like, I think hip hop now is more vague than ever because there's so many subgenres and like so many branches off. Like you can get that nerdcore rap.
Yeah,
or you can
nerdcore,
do
emo rap.
Emo, like you can have, there is so many like, there's no other like subgenres to other genres.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it happened before.
They've always been more established.
Is there subgenres to like country
if you
music?
like rock, right? Like, what do you like? Heavy metal, or do you like punk, or do you like fucking like Bob
in
Dylan?
rock it's split up in
or whatever the fuck.
thousands.
Oh,
and
does it? Oh,
thousands.
see, I'm not well versed in that shit. So, but I'm saying like, in something so young,
Yeah, hip hop is the youngest.
something so
Real
young, and then to have
musical
so
form,
many siblings of this shit.
Yeah.